here she is, the woman of the hour.
We love you!
Come on, everybody. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Raymond. Happy birthday to you.
And many more. We love you!
Isn't that great?
She's just walking slow so you'll think she's old. But it's a girl.
Thank you. I just tapped the kid.
So, families sitting at that table right there.
Okay.
And all their gifts over under that table. You want to investigate that too.
I can't believe this.
Woo! There we go. Happy birthday!
Thank you all for coming. We're here for a special person.
I took my fee.
Oh, he took his fee. A chocolate chip cookie. Doreetha,
Yes.
I want to tell you about the team that's partying on. First of all, there's Betty Heifer, and she's a friend. And she would like to say a few words now or later. Probably one of the more important people on the team, if that's even possible, is representatives from the Civic Association, and they would be Ramona Hall, Frederico, and his wife Vidya, and they did everything except for one very, very important person. And they say last but least, not least, but she's last but most. She's a fabulous, fabulous friend of yours. Come on. She's very shy, as we know.
Yes.
But before I let her get up here and talk, I would like to thank Lillian Smith, Gail Joyce of the Country Journal, and the Acton News. We owe the Women's Club, the Civic Association, the Seniors Club, the Garden Club owes them millions of dollars for all the years that they've put in and given us publicity. And I'd also like to thank Dave McCord, and I guess he went fishing. He was our photographer, and we really thank him so much. The last but most is Miss Lee Jennings.
Well, thank you. I love doing this. It's so much fun. And especially for our Doreetha, who loves to party. But before we get our little bios and all talk about it, I'd like to introduce you to Rosalind, who is a supervisor in Tana.
You don't look like Dave Perry, that's why.
I'm not Dave Perry, but Dave Perry says hello.
I know. And she has a presentation for Doreetha.
Hi, Doreetha. I'm fine. I want to present you with a very special scroll today. It's not everybody that gets a scroll like this, and Dave specifically asked for one and received it, and sorry he couldn't be here today. So on behalf of the supervisor, and actually on behalf of all 5 supervisors. Special scroll for a special lady. Why don't you get it with her?
Yeah.
Yes, I will.
Okay.
Give it to her.
Oh, that's beautiful. Wow.
Got it? Okay.
You want to see your face, Doreetha?
Yeah. Yes.
You want to see your face?
Right.
So, our Doreetha. I have this little bio that I got from a variety of places. I had to call my source, Lillian over here, for her to tell me where I had it, because she knows where everything is with all this stuff. I keep everything, but there's so many years on my computer, I'd have to go through so many, I would never have found it. So she led me in the right direction, and I kind of mishmashed it together. I actually think Tana wrote most of it. But this is just a little bit about our Doreetha. She was born in Hastings, Nebraska on April 15, 1916, to Mabel and Noble Simmons. Doreetha and her husband Robert married, and they had 2 boys, Robert Jr. and Raymond. Robert Jr.? Raymond? They moved to the clear air of Agua Dulce after discovering one of their children was suffering from asthma. Okay, who had it? The Daniels, true pioneers that they were, lived in a tent for a couple of years while they built their home. I can't even imagine doing that in good weather, much less the cold and the heat of Agua Dulce.
And the wind.
Yes, oh my gosh. Robert commuted every day to work in Santa Monica on Old Sierra Highway before 14 was even thought of. Can you imagine what a grueling trip that must have been?
Wow.
That was before the 5 also.
Oh, before the 5 even? Oh my goodness. I didn't know there was a time before the 5. While all this was going on, of course, Doreetha somehow found time to establish and charter the Agua Dulce Women's Club, known originally as the Mothers Club, as well as participate in the Agua Dulce Civic Association. After losing her beloved husband in 1988, Doreetha began journeying to far away and exotic places. I think the most of us kind of lived through her as she traveled to all these places while we were here in, of course, clear blue skies, lovely Dulce. She went to some places like, oh my, wait, I'm on the wrong place. She also found time to volunteer and work as an instructor for seniors driving called 55 and Alive. She also volunteered several hours every other week at Henry Mayo Hospital. She is she's a working fine artist and has made some of the best candy I've ever had, and I miss it greatly. Most recently, Doreetha was president of the Agua Dulce Seniors for 3 years. When Doreetha was questioned about her effervescent youthfulness, she said, "I eat what I want, I do what I want. A woman after my own heart." Except look at her size and look at mine. Doreetha loves traveling and has visited such places as Egypt, Costa Rica, Alaska, China, Africa, with her son Raymond. For her 90th birthday, he took her to London, Paris, and New York.
Wow.
1 year, my kids take you to June Lake, come on. 1 year on her birthday, she went to San Miguel, Mexico, where she took jewelry classes using silver and gemstones. Her granddaughter, Allison, where are you? There we are. Allison also shares her grandmother's love of making jewelry, so off they went to Philadelphia for another trip and more jewelry workshops. As if all this wasn't enough for her, Doreetha embarked on yet another adventure. This time it was off to college to earn her AA in English, where she was the most mature woman in class. Doreetha was president of the Women's Club in 1978. In 1989, Doreetha was named Agua Dulce Pioneer Family of the Year and was again honored as Pioneer Family of the Year in 2006. She holds the only distinction of being honored as Pioneer Family twice. Doreetha also held the position of president of the Agua... Oh, I already had that part. I repeat myself, it's the age. In 2008, the Agua Dulce Fair Committee unanimously voted Doreetha as that year's Grand Marshal. She epitomizes the pioneer woman, strong and resourceful, acting as a role model for her family and friends. Doreetha, being the pioneer that she's always been, is the first and only woman to grace our Walk of Fame out in front of the hardware store, which is, of course, the center of town.
Yay!
Doreetha, well, it's not quite there yet. It's
Jim Jennings, where are you?
As we always are slow in getting things. Anyway, Doreetha has always been a role model for women who came after her, volunteering her time and to this day still attending all the luncheons put on by the Women's Club. She is the epitome of what we lovingly refer to as a true sister. I'm always honored each year that as my guest, Doreetha has been to sit at my table for Parade of Tables, one of the biggest fundraisers the Women's Club puts on. Some of the monies that are raised for scholarships for students who live in Agua Dulce are one of the many things that Doreetha has always found to be extremely important. At each of these luncheons, Doreetha is honored by the hostess, introducing her and letting all the new ladies know how important she is to each and every one of us. There are many people here today, besides her family, who has been grateful that she has been a part of our lives for such a long time.
You promised you weren't going to
I'd like to call from Rob Daniels, my father, Bob, and my sister, Heather Burko, my uncle, Raymond, and, oh, I'm sorry, my mother, that's terrible.
Oh, you're going to hear about that
Joyce, well, I was going, my Aunt Liza, my Uncle Gordon, and where did Portia go?
Right here.
And Portia,
Our cousin.
Raymond's daughter.
Song, and that's why I was like, I couldn't think of a song that sort of, you know, said everything that needs to be said about my wonderful grandmother, whom we all adore. But I've been spending my time, I'm a librarian, so I've been spending my time a lot with children, and we just had a workshop about talking about how singing together creates community. So I'm going to sing a song that I'm sure you all know, and I'm going to sing it once, doing my little thing, and then I want you to sing with me. How's that sound? And I know it's one you know, so this is, I'm just going to do my little version real quickly. Okay. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Will you sing with me? You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take our sunshine away. We love you. Thank you.
I walked in Vasquez Rocks with Doreetha for years. She could outwalk me. The only thing she couldn't do was outtalk me. But one day she said to me, she was at the time the president of the senior club. And she said, we're having a luncheon to get new members. She says, you understand that? Sure, Doreetha. She says, well, if you were really my friend, you'd come. I'm making all the dessert, and you know I make good dessert, and you would come if you were really my friend.
Actually, that sounds like Lee.
She was pre-lead.
Goes a long ways.
We did. We got too old to walk in Vasquez Rocks, and then we walked over here in, you know, your Beverly Hills behind the
Asher
winery.
Oh,
And we did that for years, huh, Doreetha? And I went for a little ride with her the other day, and she's telling me her memory's going. And everywhere I went, she said, Betty, the traffic pattern has changed. Get over it. She knew everything. That's all.
Doreetha was my mother-in-law, and she has continued to love me and my family. She is just an outstanding example of womanhood. She helped me become a better sewer. Everything that I was, she helped me to be better. She shared her mother's aspic salad recipe. I still have it in her original hand. She shared her C's candy recipe with me.
She never gave it to the woman's club.
And she always said, now don't share this because this is really the C's candy, but I still have that in her own handwriting. And as I listened to everything that you said in the biographical sketch, what she did, she has passed on to my children, Portia and Raymond Jr., who's not here today, because they have that same giving, volunteer, thoughtful, kind spirit that she has always embodied. And I remember when I was pregnant with Raymond in 1971, they were re-roofing the house. And, you know, I was trying so hard to be the woman that she was, because she was up there roofing the house. And I'll never forget, I was up there in a paisley, kind of that color burgundy dress, trying to help. Thank you for doing what you have done for her. I know that
She's done for us.
she is deeply moved because I am.
Where's the candy?
I know how to make it all, so I've been going out and making it with her, but because I'm not as energetic as she is, I can't make as much. So you guys don't get any. And so, we only make little batches, but I do know how to. I'm going to stand up because I'm going to talk again because I'm not done. It's so hard to sort of say how incredible she is. I mean, words fail me. And I mean, they don't begin to express how much we adore you, Grammy, and how wonderful you are, and how great an influence you have been on every one of us, every person in this room. We are so changed by you. And, you know, whatever challenges, I have a very demanding job, which some people might not believe. They're like, oh, you're a librarian. All you do is sit at work and read all day. But that's not true. I run a department. I manage people. I do community outreach. And whenever I'm sort of getting overwhelmed and I'm feeling like, my gosh, I've got too much to do. I've got this to do and I've got that to do. And I just think about you and everything that you do to this day. And I'm like, you know, I can get this done. I can accomplish anything. Because look at who my role model is.
Yes.
And so I want you to know how thankful, how grateful, how much I love you.
Well, when we moved out to Agua Dulce, our house wasn't finished, but we managed to keep out the cold. The snow came in where the beddings of the roof didn't meet, but we had enough blankets to keep warm. But bit by bit, we finished our house. Then when the boys were both gone, adults, we added a living room, an extra bedroom, another bathroom, and thought we were going to have I thought we was going to have a wonderful big bedroom. My husband said, "You could sleep in there, but I'm not. I like our old bedroom." I never spent a night in there. He said, "You could sleep in there, but I like the comfort of this old bedroom." And he never spent a night in there. And we were together for 50 years. He said, "I'll give you 50, but no more." And I got my 50 years of marriage happily with my husband. And I can say that it was an experience and a love that I never met anybody or seen anybody that could take his place.
You have to